Alright guys, so we headed out to New England Dragway Friday night for a street night test and tune. I don't usually go on Friday nights. The track gets kind of crazy, tons of people, and the track kind of goes away quick with the street tires, but schedule's full, weather's been bad, so I had to go when we could go. Ended up making 8 passes. There weren't a lot of people there, but we developed an issue with what felt like the front end of the car, but we can talk about that in a little bit. Before we headed out, we made a few changes. The clutch cable I adjusted to try to slow down the reaction time for when we do race the 500 Pro Tree Index. That ended up biting me, missed a ton of gears. It was pretty ugly. So we ended up making that adjustment, going back on the adjustment later in the day. I swapped out the 4-hole spacer, put the open spacer back on. Felt like there was a little more performance with the open spacer. Someone in the comments said try no spacer, so I think maybe we'll try that next time just to have all 3, open, 4-hole, and nothing. See what happens. And we added some compression to the shocks. So my goal for the night, the mission of the night, was to reduce the bog. The bog in this car is something I've struggled with for years. I've made over 300 passes in this car. I've been drag racing it for 10 years. It's had a bunch of different combos. I know there's a lot of talk of heavy flywheels. I don't subscribe to that theory. It's more of the clutch getting a hold of it, too much clutch. So this pressure plate shimmed. I think after this past weekend, the goal now is to pull the transmission, add some more shim, and try to get the clutch to slip a little bit more. So that's about it. That's it on the updates. Here's the passes. All right, guys, so first pass, we had pretty good air all night. It was below sea level all night. We left the 2-step at 6,600 where we've had our previous good luck. And this was with the 2 clicks of compression added from the last test and tune. Ended up missing 3rd and 4th. But things started off pretty good as far as the 60 foot. We matched our personal best, but the 330 number was off. So I think the bog killed it. And then I missed 3rd and 4th and just pretty much clutched it. So. So second pass, we added 200 RPM to the leave, try to get it to spin a little bit. We left the shocks alone, tires at 15.5. This one I had a pretty good 1-2 and 2-3 shift, felt pretty good, but the 60 foot just did not work out. I ended up missing 4th and ran 11.8 at 113. Third pass, I added 2 more clicks to the shocks, compression, try to stiffen them up, try to get it to spin. Left the 2-step at 6,800 and the tires at 15.5. The 60 foot was a 165, pulled a big wheelie and bogged and really pulled it down. Got all the gears, but only went 11.8 at 116. And I have a note here that was all over the track. This is where things started to get weird, like something went wrong in the front end. Kind of battled it for the rest of the night and haven't figured out what the problem is. Fourth pass, we tried to put the tires all the way up to 20 PSI and brought the 2-step back down to 6,600 where we knew we've had some luck. Left the shocks alone. I missed 2nd. It was a 16460 and just basically clutched it after that. And after this pass, I jacked the car up and put the clutch cable adjustment back to where I had it previously. It just wasn't working for me. Number 5, we had the adjusted clutch cable. I added 2 more clicks of compression to the shocks, so we're up 6 from our first outing this year. Left the 2-step at 6,600, and I tried to run a little deeper in the RPM. You can hear something at the top of 3rd and 4th gear, so I don't know if I'm floating the valves or we got a tuning issue, but you can hear it start to break up a little bit just at the top of each gear. So we went a 1.6260. We finally spun the tires a little bit, had a little wheel speed. 330 wasn't great, or was the 8th mile, but at least we got all the gears. I was shifting slow just to make a good pass. Went 11.69 at 116. Dropped the tires back down to 14 just to see if there was any difference from, a lot of pressure to a little pressure. Typically with a little pressure, gonna bog, but we're still bogging with a lot of pressure even at the 20 PSI. This pass was all over the track again, just trying to drive it off the wall, off the center line. It was kind of everywhere. 60 foot suffered. Everything was just kind of got all the gears, but wasn't a great pass. So the driving all over the track was just really weird. I couldn't figure out what was going on. Pass number 7, third gear, I had to pedal it to keep it off the wall, so that just screwed everything up. Air was getting good, so I was really hoping for a personal best. We left the shocks alone, tires back at 15, 2 steps where it's usually at, and it just didn't really perform. A 166 60 foot, the bog I think is just still killing it. So we ended up going 11.18 at 116, even pedaling it. So we had, 3 passes in a row, pretty decent. We went 11.6, 11.7, now in 11.8. But with the car just being everywhere, it was starting to get a little scary. Final pass of the night. I took all 6 clicks out of the compression just to see if that would help the stability of the car, which wasn't making sense to me. I figured the stiffer shocks would be fine, but we took it out. I ended up missing 3rd, but I just clutched it. It was already all over the track. I had a good 1-2 shift, but coming through 2nd gear, it was still just swaying all over the place, so I don't know what was going on. So I don't know if I was just spinning or what as the track got worse. It was, street tire night. So 165/60, you can see it bog still. So Nothing new there, and just clutched it and called it a night. So when we got home from the track, I jacked the car up. I checked the tie rods, the ball joints. I was yanking on everything, trying to find a problem. I measured the toe. It's pretty good. When the toe is out on these cars, they're a handful. I've dealt with that before. Like I said, the alignment on this thing's pretty dialed. Put the street tires on, cruised around town. Everything felt good. I couldn't figure out why it was driving all over the place at the track as the night went on. It just got worse. So then we just, as you saw, we took it for a ride up and down the highway, a couple pulls over 100 miles an hour, cruising at 80. Everything's fine. Street tires are a blast. You just beat the bag out of it. It's a good time. I love it. But other than that, I don't know what's wrong with it. So I think the plan before the next test and tune, we'll get the clutch out. We'll shim that, and we'll go see if we can improve our 60 foot. You know, now that we're in the 1.560s, I want to try to get there consistently and try to get rid of that bug, see if we can pick up some ET. We're gonna start getting into the warmer temps, so the personal best stuff is gonna go out the window till the fall, but then we'll switch gears to try to run that 12.0 index for Midwest drags. We'll try to get dialed in at the 12.0. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later.